All right, I wanted to show you a quick video of the trolling motor setup to help answer some questions you might have. The trolling motor does not come with it. However, it is all rigged for a trolling motor with brackets and wiring. And so all you have to do is buy the trolling motor. All the brackets come, bolt the quick disconnect bracket onto your trolling motor, and it'll be set up ready to go. You'll need your own trolling motor and your own battery, and I'll show you a little bit more of that here in this video. But this is meant to switch the trolling motor between kayaks and to be able to easily take the trolling motor off of the kayak to reduce weight when you're transporting it, and or if you're in a parking lot overnight or something and you don't want to leave the trolling motor where it could be stolen. So it's all on a quick disconnect bracket. You just pick the trolling motor up, go over to your kayak, and sets on there like that. The two pieces of the quick disconnect bracket made up to each other. There's this pin that's tethered to your trolling motor that you insert. Now the trolling motor is bolted on. You use a tether like this. This is a cord you get with a bracket so it swivels. That'll go in your boat so that you don't have to crawl up on the front of your kayak to deploy the trolling motor. You can deploy it from the seated position or just slightly leaning forward. It has this tethered through the hull, through the cord, so it's a quick release mechanism. Again, all of this is the one objective rigging, and that runs through the hull and comes out a through hole connector and a hobby T-handle right here. So that T-handle right there is rigged with the one objective, just like the original connectors are, so that you can release your trolling motor to deploy it, and I'll show you that in a minute. Your power source is here. You'll have a, I've included it, a Minn Kota plug. I've re-rigged this for my other kayak, so this is a different type of connector, but you'll just feed the cord down through the slot right there, and then it plugs into that motor guide plug, and that plug's included. You just have to put it on your trolling motor. All you do is plug it in and the trolling motor's mounted. The battery box is included. You have to buy your own battery. Some people use a smaller battery for weight. I went ahead and I'm a smaller guy, so the weight didn't matter. I went with a 120 amp hour full-size lithium ion phosphate battery, which will run the trolling motor, a 55-pound thrust trolling motor on high speed for 8, 10, 12 hours. It rigs up in there. The trolling motor, the battery will drop in there. These are spacers to keep the battery from moving around. Lithium ion phosphate batteries are what everybody's using now. You can use them in any orientation, so the battery can lay on its side. Connect the two connectors, and then put these spacers in place, and the battery won't move around no matter what orientation you have the box in. And then you can set your charger right here. I had my charger setting here and screwed to this white plate right there. But basically, I would fish for 3, 4, 5 days with that big lithium ion phosphate battery and never have to recharge. On the side of the case, you've got a master on-off. So when this is off, all power is cut to everything. Turn it on, it feeds power to everything. So that's just a quick emergency shut-off switch. Inside, the power ports are rigged with separate fuses, and the trolling motor plug is fused with a resettable 60 amp trolling motor breaker. So that's all built into the box. Once closed, you have a two-prong quick disconnect, so you can plug anything you want to into that, and you can buy the little dongles off Amazon or whatever that plug into there. You have 2 USB slots, and then on a waterproof cover, and then if you hit the button, it'll give you your volts, and I have a picture of that working. The battery's not in there now, so it's not working. And then this right here is where your trolling motor plugs in. It's already wired for the trolling motor. The wire runs from the socket up front that we showed you a minute ago through the left side of the hull, comes out through Hobie's waterproof through hole connector here. So here's your power wire for your trolling motor. What I did is I set the box in here, and just as a safety measure, I would clip it to there because that box will float when it's closed. It's waterproof, you know, for a certain amount of time, certainly waterproof enough that if for some reason you flipped over or took a huge wave and the box fell out, it would float long enough for you to flip the kayak back over and put the box back in. I just did it as kind of a safety tether measure thing. All you do is put the box in there, lift up the cover on the motor guide socket, and plug the socket in. Then you go to your master switch, turn it on, and your kayak is powered. Again, at night, you want to take it in to charge it, or you're at a hotel or something or whatever. All you gotta do is turn the power switch off, unplug this, carry it into your hotel room, your charger's inside, plug it in, and then you're good to go. Again, battery and charger aren't included, but the battery box and all the rigging and wiring, it's ready to go. All you gotta do is install a battery and have your own battery charger. Up front, all you need is to purchase your own trolling motor. The one objective, I always forget that, you gotta unconnect your disc quick. Let me show you how this works first, before I take it off. So you're all rigged up, you're out fishing and you want to deploy your trolling motor. This is the quick disconnect to release the trolling motor. So you see when I pull on that, it pulls down the pedal up front that you would normally have to step on. You then just push it forward, hold your rope, deploy your trolling motor. Now your trolling motor is deployed. You can do all that from the seated position. When you want to retrieve your trolling motor, it's just the opposite. You pull on your release to release the trolling motor, pull on the trolling motor up, and then you just kind of lean up and tilt it and pull it up like that. And that's how you retrieve the trolling motor. And again, it's all done through the hole with this rope and this release mechanism. Otherwise, you'd have to crawl all the way up here on the very front of the boat to try to deploy and do it. And that's not, you won't need to be able to do that real quickly when you're on a kayak or a boat for that matter. So again, removing the trolling motor, you just undo that quick connector right there for your deployment rope. Pull the pin, unplug it from the power source, which would be the socket right here. And then you can just remove your trolling motor. So what comes with it is it's already rigged with the one objective trolling motor bracket and the motor guide quick disconnect bracket, which is the bracket that's already mounted on the boat. And then the bracket right here, there's a brand new one in the storage compartment so that you can rig your trolling motor.